the other day, but I didn't get a chance to do it. So I wanted to record this video, and I know that some of you guys are going to be joining me live. So I hope that everybody, as you come on in, just introduce yourself and all that good stuff. Yes, I wanted to talk about leadership, and I wanted to talk about leadership in regards to the challenges that you sometimes can come across when you are putting yourself into leadership roles. And so if at any point any of these things are relatable to you, I definitely want you to let me know while we're doing this. And even if you're watching a replay. So this is currently right now streaming on YouTube, Twitter. We're streaming this on Facebook, on several of my groups. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up. If you're watching this on Facebook or Twitter or Periscope or whatever, please share this video and tag at least 5 people that you know who probably need to hear this information, because I'm definitely going to dig down deep and probably disappoint or upset a few people. So definitely want to thank you guys for being here, and hello to everybody that's joining in. Hello Brandy, hello Darius, how you doing? Hello Craig, what's going on, Craig? Yes, we are talking about leadership. So guys, make sure that you do leave your comments and all that stuff. So I am going to read a part of my book. This is one of my very first books, A Six-Figure Vision, Tips to Making More Money, Happiness, and Success. I'll read this at the end, but I want to read a poem that is in there, because I think it's so important that we understand when it comes to leadership and the challenges and what to expect when you put yourself in a leadership position. But I took the liberty to write down 5 things we need to know about when we are making a decision to be a leader. And when I talk about leadership, okay, what I mean is anywhere where you're positioning yourself to be in charge, whether it's your own business, whether you're a leader in school, you're a leader on your job, whether you are a leader, in church, anything where you are in charge, right? Of whether it's 1 people, 5 people, 100, 1,000, whatever. Okay. These are some things I think that you need to understand. And the reason I wish that somebody would have talked to me about this is just so I could better prepare myself and not take everything so personal, and know that this was a part of the process. Because with me, all of this stuff that I've come across over the years of being in the space of leadership, a lot of the things that I dealt with, I was not prepared. I didn't know that these things were going to happen to me. I didn't know people were going to talk about me the way they talked about me. I didn't know we were going to have these disagreements. Like, I was in network marketing, and I had an organization of over 10,000 people. And sometimes I would have, clashes with people, because some people would be, possibly twice of my age, and they didn't feel like they needed to listen to somebody that was young enough to be their daughter. And then I would have people who were close to my age, and they felt like they were better than me, and so they didn't want to listen. And so like I would have listen, I have gone through the fire. And then when you make a decision to launch your own business, where you invest your own money, and you got people, that you're leading. And so a lot of the stuff that I've learned that I'm going to talk to you guys about are things that I've actually experienced, over the last, since I ain't had nobody to lead until about 2009, child. Because, I started in entrepreneurship in 1999, but I wasn't leading nobody but myself, child. And myself was quitting on everything. But around 2009 is when I got into the industry of network marketing, and I started to build an organization. And we really, really grew. So yeah, so let's get up in this. So let's talk about 6 things I think you need to understand when you are making a decision to get into a position of leadership. By the way, do me a favor. If you're watching this video, as I always like to do, let everybody know what you do, who you are, introduce yourself, introduce your business, and put your website. Give people a call to action. Now, I just did a free training for authors, where I talked to you guys about 7 different ways to promote your book. And that replay is going to be made available to everybody who is part of Book Profits Club. You can actually join Book Profits Club for 7 days free if you go to bookprofitsclub.com. In fact, I forgot, one of the things I forget to talk about, because somebody messaged me the other day, they were asking, do I still have the journal and calendar training? I used to actually have an individual training where I taught you guys how to create your own journal and planner. That was I charged like $197 for it, $297. Well, I made it available on Book Profits Club. There's no additional fee. And then also have a t-shirt course. So like this t-shirt that I got on, I made. And so I teach you guys how to create, proper t-shirts. We did a whole training on that. That's available. Like literally to only have to sell 4 books a month to be a part of Book Profits Club, because literally that's what you would need to sell to pay for the membership, 4 books a month. It's like a steal. So please make sure you support Book Profits Club. If you're an author, if you know authors, let them know. Okay. So first thing I think everybody should know when they're making a decision to get into leadership. Okay. First thing I think everybody should know when they're making a decision to get into leadership is hello, everybody. I'm just popping y'all names on the screen. Is leadership is not for everyone. And the reason why I want to share that is because leadership is tough. Whether you are a leader in your household, and I know we have many parents that can relate, or you're a leader in your job, maybe you run your department, but leadership is not for everyone. And it is okay. I don't want people to feel like you need to feel pressure to be in a position where you must be a leader. There are people who run businesses that are very successful businesses who do not really lead other people, if that makes sense, right? So what I mean by that is, hold on. I have a friend that runs an e-commerce store, online store, simply just sells products, and they're making a significant income a month just selling their stuff. They don't have really no employees. They just got somebody who's their accountant, the tax person, handles their money. They don't have a whole lot of people, so they don't have to lead a lot of people. So you don't have to feel like you need to be a leader in order to have a successful business. Okay. Now, if you plan on running a business where you're going to have multiple people working for you, yes, leadership skills are very important. If you're going to be speaking and motivating and things of that nature, you do have to have leadership skills. But just know, leadership is not for everybody. Okay. And so don't let nobody make you feel a certain kind of way because you say, you know what, I ain't really trying to do all of that. I ain't really trying to deal with a whole lot of people. It is okay. All right. That's the first thing. All right, everybody type in these notes as we talk about this stuff as well. Leadership is not for everyone. Everybody type that in. I want to make sure y'all paying attention. All right. Number 2, you can't bring everyone with you. Listen, I don't care how great you are. I don't care how many results you get, how many receipts you got. Everybody's not coming with you. And I know that in the space of leadership, because we are leading and guiding people to the promised land, whatever the promised land is, whether it's money, it's better relationships, better health, wellness, whether it's better spirituality, everybody can't come. And one of the biggest things I think I've dealt with over the past, I want to say 5 years, is as I have grown older, is realizing that some of the people that I've been friends with for 10, 15 plus years, I got to let them go. And I always tread lightly when I talk about this because a lot of times it's like them same people that I'm talking about, they always got something to say. But last time I checked, many of them are never showing up for nothing I'm doing, right? And then the ones that do show up, I'm so grateful because my friends are not supposed to show up. And what I mean by showing up, I'm not talking about showing up for events. I'm talking about just showing up in life. See, a lot of times, that what happens is when you make a decision to get into leadership, like me, per se, and I'm sure some of you guys can relate. And if you can relate, please let me know. I am constantly working on different things that I can do for my thousands and thousands of clients. And so I am forever grateful when I have friends who give me the grace where they understand that Taria's probably working all day. I'm not going to trip if she don't call me. Because by the time I'm done with the day, I'll just be wanting to chill. I can't do the things that I used to do when I was not leading. And it's going to get more challenging. Honestly, I'm preparing myself to be in a position where the person I probably will speak to the most will be my husband. And so I've had to learn through these years that Taria, stop beating yourself up because your friends can't come with you. Everybody can't come. I need y'all to understand this. Because if you put yourself in a position where you're saying, I am going to impact how many, I don't know what your number is. What's your number? What's your number? How many people y'all plan to impact before it's all done and said? 5,000, 10,000, a million? I've said 10 million. This woman came to me and she told me that, you know, she got a prophetic word that it was going to be double. How in the hell, if I'm ordained and called to impact 20, can I be stressed about the few that don't get it? And I'm gonna tell you, I got friends though that they don't care. They're not mad, right? I got family. They don't care. They're not mad. And so I have to make sure y'all understand this, because it used to mess with me. Because I'm like, don't they know that I'm like every day broadcasting, every day doing meetings, every day doing calls. When I come into town, I can't reach out to everybody. I try to do group events. They don't show up. And I just get to the point where I just don't want to be around it, right? And so you can't bring everybody with you. Now, on the other side, with your clients and your customers, you can't bring them all either. As a leader, guys, you have to understand that leadership does not mean dictatorship. Being a great leader is not being a dictator. Being a great leader is not being someone who is a boss. I'm not your boss. As a leader, my intention is to guide you. Let me put some of these comments up here while we talking too. I want to make sure I post some of these comments. Here we go. I'll do like so. Let me see. How can I go to the next comment? Oh man, I think I gotta add it up here. I don't think I can do it like that. Well, I'll just click on some of this stuff. But guys, my intention as a leader is not to be nobody boss. I'm not a dictator. I ain't trying to tell y'all what to do. I just want to give people the best advice. And so one thing I've come to learn is that while I am giving advice and I'm making sure that, you know, I'm doing my best to grow in the space of leadership, is that everybody not going to listen. Everybody not going to follow the instructions. Everybody can't come. Are y'all with me on that? See, everybody can't come. And y'all can't drag yourself into a place of feeling bad because everybody not listening or everybody not following instruction. Now, I'm going to tell you this. When you are leading and it's a company that you own, see, this is one thing. This is where I was able to get a lot of freedom. Okay? I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I got my thing to the side, so I want to post some of this. I want to post. And some of you guys are posting in groups. And so if you're posting in a group, of course, your name may not pop up. So you might want to include your name. And I know some of you guys are on YouTube and things of that nature. But one thing I had to learn when I was running somebody else's company and I was being a leader, it was certain things I couldn't do. So like when I was in network marketing, y'all, they used to, listen, Linda. They used to be like, I don't know who she thinks she's talking to. And I've had to learn how to be, because what was crazy as a woman, I would say the same exact thing that my male counterparts would say. And because as a woman, and I always look younger, right? I would get talked like, who she thinks she's talking to? And I wouldn't say it, like I would purposefully walk on eggshells saying what I needed to say. Today, because I own my own business and I make my own rules, I ain't got to deal with that ish. You understand what I'm saying? And so in this space of leadership, I've come to a place where I am comfortable in my skin. And I know that even if I'm giving some coaching or giving some advice, I'm doing it with love. And if a person chooses to receive it the wrong way, I just know they're not assigned to me. They're not ordained for me to help them. Everybody can't come. Does that make sense? All right, number three, you're going to have to make some tough decisions. You're going to have to make some tough decisions. Let me post some of y'all's posts. Hello, everybody. See, we are broadcasting everywhere. We're on Twitter, YouTube, Periscope, Facebook. Everybody that's watching on YouTube, please subscribe. Everybody that's watching on Facebook, tag a couple people. Tag some people in the post. Share this post. I appreciate y'all. Hello, Chanel, Marisol, Lene. Hello, Alisa. Hello, Taiwana. Hello, everybody. All right. You got to make tough decisions. Okay, so let me tell you something. Another thing about me, because I spend a lot of time by myself. I am a single woman. As far as like single, not I don't mean to say single woman, but like a single. I was an only child, so I spend a lot of time by myself. I don't really have a lot of family, a big family. So when I would build my organizations, I also found myself putting myself in a position where I was trying to build a friendship with people that I was leading. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. In that though, sometimes people did not know how to separate the two, and I would have a connection where I knew that they were a great person. They just weren't great for the position that they were in. And over the years, I've had to let people go. I've had to cut people off. I've had to make very tough decisions as a leader, and it is not easy. And so a lot of times people say, I want to impact and I want to do this and I want to help and I want to run and I want to start a business. I want to be a boss. Well, in that process, it is 100% guaranteed you're going to fire some people. It's 100% guaranteed you're going to have to let go some people. They might even be volunteering and you're going to say, listen. You can't do this no more. I've had to let go people who I really love and care about. This is why I also, when somebody builds a personal relationship with me, I can't do business with them. So that's just the whole thing, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But you're going to have to make tough decisions. You're going to have to make decisions that is not going to always be favorable. There are going to be times where you're going to make decisions for the betterment of your company, and people are going to hate you for it. Is that something you're prepared to be okay with? Because I want you to understand, people disliking you has nothing to do with your character. People disliking you has nothing to do with your vision. People disliking you has nothing to do with who you believe in, your faith. It has everything to do with them and their vision. And it's not even a bad thing on them. Y'all just ain't equally yoked. And I've had to come to learn, because I would battle with that. Because I would just keep someone around because I didn't want them to dislike me. But it was costing me money. It was costing me time. It was costing me headaches. And that's not good for the 10 million people that God has assigned me to impact. If I'm so busy hanging on to one person that's dragging me down, I can't be free to do what I need to do. Does that make sense, y'all? So being a leader is tough. It's not easy, and you're going to make some difficult decisions. You're going to cut some people off. Are you prepared to do that? All right, number 4. Oh, let me shout out some more people. I see some more people on here. Hey, hello. I'm going to see new names. Deborah. Hey, listen, you right about that. Liking me is not about business. You ain't got to like me. As long as I do things with ethics and morals, you ain't got to like me. Let's get this bread. Hello, Tina. Oh, Kamala. Is this Kamala? Is it Kamala, our new vice president? Is that what you're trying to say? I look like her. Come on. Hello, everybody. Okay, I see we some yeses. She's definitely not a bad looking one, right? She's beautiful. All right, everyone isn't going to like you. Oh, I talked a little bit about this already. You got to make tough decisions. Everyone is not going to like you. Do you know there will be people that when you walk into a room will instantly make a decision they don't like you? I ain't gonna lie, y'all. If I can be transparent, I feel that I have a certain, and it's not a bad thing. I'm proud of my confidence. I have a certain level of confidence. Like when I walk into a room, like I know I'm the business. Like I know I'm Poppington. And I don't ever lead with arrogance, and I don't ever even, like, you'll never even hear me talk about my accolades. It's just the energy that I give off. I give off big boss energy. I don't know. Who else gives off big boss energy? Big bank energy. No, let's call it big bank energy, not big boss, because we ain't bosses. We leaders over here, right? If you give off big bank energy, I want you to let me know if you give off big bank energy too. If y'all know what I'm talking about. And you're just going to have some people that you're going to be like, dang, what is it? Like, why they're not even really fooling with me like that. Let me tell you something. When you make a decision to be a leader, everybody not going to like you. You don't get up there and tell everybody you got the audacity. I saw somebody said, who said they're going to impact 5 million people? Who she thinks she is? Who he think he is? Somebody he gonna impact 5 million. He only got 5 to 50 followers. Everybody not gonna like you for having the audacity to make a decision to lead. Some of the people that you lead ain't gonna like you, but then gonna stick around because they know the greatness that's in you. Ooh, that's a word. Wait a minute. Big bank energy. Where my big bank energy people at? Where my big bank energy people at? Hey! You're gonna have people that do not like you, but will still stick around you because they know you have greatness in you. I've got a friend of mine. In fact, I was talking to him today. He has become a multi-millionaire. He got a lot of money. And I used to ask him all the time, how do you get around people and you know they don't like you? Like, you know for a fact, oh boy, do not like you. He done talked about you, and this is what they gonna do. They gonna talk about you. They gonna try to tear you down. They gonna run your name in the dirt. But see, this is the thing. As long as you ain't got no evidence, I mean, it's hearsay. You just go out here and produce these receipts. See, people try to talk about me all the time. Some of y'all watching and talked about me. You done said stuff about me. You done said bad things about me. But you still on this broadcast, or you watching the replay, and you still watching to see what I'm doing. And you know why? Because you're gonna have people that's around you. I'm talking to you, all of you guys, even those of y'all who don't even like me. You're gonna have people around you who do not like you, but they will stick around because you have greatness in you. And I'm gonna tell you something. I had to make a decision. I want all of y'all to make a decision that you just gonna let it go and walk around with that big bank energy, okay? Because this is the thing. That's a t-shirt. Whoever want to make the t-shirt, make it look fly, I'll buy a shirt. Big bank energy, right? You need to walk around like that, because I promise you, they're going to always have something to say, whether you're doing good or you're doing bad. People always got something to say. So you just got to know that it's just going to be people who are not going to like you. And I've had to just let it go and stop trying to figure it out and stop trying to worry why these people don't like me. I was talking to one of my coaches the other day. I was like, yo, why they be acting like a little funny? That's because he was like, that's because you the business. I was like, for real? He was like, no, for real. You're a threat. And so I want everybody to type this in the chat space. I'm a threat. I'm a threat. I'm a threat. I want you to type it in there. I need y'all to understand this. And understand, when you're building your legacies and you're building these businesses and you're stepping into these major leadership roles, everybody not going to like you because you're a threat. And some of the people who don't like you will partner with you. And I'm not telling you guys to pass up on a great opportunity. Listen, don't do that. Don't miss out on a check because you know they don't like you, as long as they ain't running your name in the dirt. Now, I ain't going to do business with nobody that run my name in the dirt. I ain't going to do that. But what I will do is if I know and I can sense you don't like me, it's cool. Let's get this bread, right? I'm a threat. Everybody type it in. I'm a threat. I'm a threat. I'm telling you, it'll change your life when you understand this is why, this why they don't like me. Because when I walk in the room, they sense the greatness in me. When I walk in the room, they know that God has assigned me to impact the masses. And they mad because they've been trying to do it now for umpteen time years, and they don't even know me, and they feel the energy. Does that make sense, y'all? So you got to understand that. And then number five, and we're going to finish it up with this. You can't be everybody's friend. In leadership, I want you to understand, it's not necessarily lonely at the top, but it can be lonely in your own intimate circle. Because when you make it to the top, there's different things that you can do to position yourself around some great people, right? You know, you can go out to nice restaurants and network and be in different organizations. You can invest into certain groups and organizations and chamber of commerces and things like that. That's how you can build relationships. And sometimes it's a key situation. It's fake friends, all types of stuff. I'm just letting y'all know. But the truth is that when you're building your businesses, stop trying to befriend all the people who you're partnered with. And I know that sounds harsh and I know that sounds difficult. I have had this challenge, y'all, for years. I remember, in my home-based business, I would try to befriend some of the people that I felt like, they could relate directly to my story because we were similar in age, we were similar in backgrounds, and I would give them stuff. They'd come hang out the house. And one thing I had come to learn, there's certain ways of how you can do that and allow people in your environment, but certain people are not necessarily on a maturity level, and I don't care what age it is, to be able to be your friend. And when you're building these organizations, this is why a lot of people, they get mad because everybody can't have my phone number. I don't get my phone number out. In fact, I tell people now, I say, hey, look, if I give you my number, this means I'll never be able to coach you. I can never coach you if you have my number. And sometimes people will be like, okay, well, never mind, keep your number then. Keep your number. I don't want your number. But in leadership, and it's unfortunate because everybody has not been positioned or we, many of us, we're first generation leaders in our companies. Many of us are first generation business owners. And some of us are first generation entrepreneurs, and we're all just trying to figure this thing out. But I have bumped my head over and over and over again trying to befriend people because I thought if I was friends with them, then they would want to do the work. But in retrospect, what happens is they then are less likely. And because we are friends, then, well, Taria ain't gonna trip. No, we gonna trip. I'm gonna trip. It's a problem. If we're not getting results, then this is not working. And we've got to start being willing to put our foot down. Y'all, it's costing you a lot. Who willing to be honest right now and say that you've had some relationships, whether in the past or currently right now, have cost you a lot? Whether it's costing you a lot of money, cost you a lot of clients, cost you a lot of exposure, because we're so busy trying to hold on to the relationships of people who are supposed to be working with us, and they're not producing the results because we built the friendship, and we don't want to let them go. We don't want to tell them this ain't working because we're friends. Leadership and friendship in many situations do not go in the same ship. Leadership and friendship in many situations do not go in the same ship. I do not have a friendship with my coaches. Okay? I don't. It is strictly professional. And yes, sometimes I might get on and I talk about what, because I run my mouth, I like to talk. And so we might talk about stuff and I might be talking about I'm going to do this, but they quickly show me. And this is how I've had to learn. Quickly show me, we're not friends. And it has put me at a position where there's a different level of respect. And I also take their time more wisely. And it has allowed me to be able to produce the type of results that I want. So, y'all, let me tell you something. It costs you a lot. A lot of y'all says cost you some time, cost you some money, cost you all types of stuff. Yeah, so... y'all, and I wanted to shoot this, and the reason why I primarily wanted to shoot this video is because I know I'm going into a season of, and I've talked about this a lot, but I still will sometimes string along certain relationships and situationships, friends I've been friends with for 10, 15 years because I just feel bad, or people that I've been associates with for a while, and because they pretending like they doing stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all know y'all got some of them people that y'all kind of cool. Like, y'all not really cool, but y'all kind of cool. And y'all every now and then act like y'all gonna link up. Cut it off. Like, for real. We got to learn how to cut it off. And I've had battles with that because I know that I only have a certain amount of time to be able to do certain things. And with that stated, when I'm building up my leadership skills, I know that I have to be willing to let go of some things. So I'm going to read this poem real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. It's pretty detailed, so it's not short, but it's long, but I'm going to go ahead and read this. It's called, some of you might have heard of it, it's called Reason, Season, Lifetime. Okay? People will come in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. When you figure out which one it is, you will know what to do for each person. When someone is in your life for a reason, it is usually to meet a need you have expressed. They have come to assist you through a difficulty, to provide you with guidance and support, to aid you physically, emotionally, or spiritually. They may seem like a godsend, and they are. They are there for a reason. You need them to be. Then, without any wrongdoing on your part or any inconvenient time, this person will say or do something to bring the relationship to an end. Sometimes they die, and sometimes they just walk away. Sometimes they act up and force you to take a stand. What we must realize is that our need has been met and our desire has been fulfilled. Their work is done. The prayer you sent up has been answered, and now it is time to move on. Some people come into your life for a season because your turn has come to share, grow, and learn. They bring you an experience of peace or make you laugh. They may teach you something you have never done. They usually give you an unbelievable amount of joy. Believe it is real, but only for a season. Lifetime relationships teach you lifetime lessons, things you must build upon in order to have a solid emotional foundation. Your job is to accept the lesson, love the person, and put what you have learned to use in all other relationships and areas of your life. It is said that love is blind, but friendship is clairvoyant. Author unknown. Who you got in your life right now that's a reason, a season, or a lifetime? In the world of leadership, I want you to know you're going to have way less lifetimers than you do your reasons. So as long as you understand that, as long as you are prepared and ready for that, I wish somebody would have told me some of these things. I mean, I know I probably could have read it in the book, but sometimes you just need to hear someone tell you. I don't know. I mean, I know for a fact I would have done it, but I think I would have handled it or responded versus the way that I did respond. I might have would have responded differently. I would have caused myself less heartache. I would have caused myself less stress. I would have been able to be more free and understand that, you know what, Taria, this ain't nothing about you. This don't got nothing to do with you. As long as you're continuously doing what you're doing and being the better version of yourself that you can be, that's all you can do. I want to finish it with one more thing. Y'all, learn to give our people grace. We got to learn to... I ain't going to comment on what I just saw. Yeah, sometimes some reasons we got to let them go. You know we love them, right? Learn to give our own people grace. I was talking to someone the other day, and I was talking about how when I went to Atlanta and how I told some of y'all about this whole situation about the valet parking. This was last month I had went, and with the valet parking was horrible. It was real ratchet. And I was telling the young man he could not valet my car because he did not have on a uniform. I am not giving my car. I was like, no. And then the other gentleman came up there with a little attitude. And I said, don't worry about it. Just keep my car right here. And I went over and talked to the manager. Now, I wish in leadership, because what I had to think about, this is probably the first time who knows, maybe even in his family that, had a legit job. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he could have been from the urban community. And as a leader, I think one thing I have to learn how to do better is extending that opportunity to give some tips or value to another young king or queen. We are always so quick to tear each other down. And while I did not necessarily tear him down, but I sure didn't lift him up. Because I could have told him, look, let me tell you something, young king. You look real good in your new fresh J's, and you look really good in your skateboard jeans. His skinny jeans. He was looking good. But I'm pretty sure you're dressing for the ladies that's pulling up here. And I'm going to be honest. The ladies are not here for you. And so let me show you how you get tips. Because that's what you're trying to get, right? You're trying to get this bread. Let me give you some tips on how to get better tips when you're valeting. See, instead of me trying to tear them down, what we do is we got to learn to lift each other up. If you plan on being a leader, that's one of the things, number one traits as a leader. And sometimes in leadership, you might give unwarranted information if you're doing it with the right goal in mind. I don't give unwarranted information to people like, we're trying to tell people about their business and stuff like that. But in a situation like that where I felt like this was something where I can't give you my car, instead of just going to the manager. Now, what I will tell you is the next day, everybody had a uniform on. But I still could have maybe possibly lifted my brother up instead of not even saying nothing at all. So I want us to give each other better grace. Like, stop doing it. Stop tearing down. This is why I don't like to do business with that people of color. Listen, this is our first go round. We ain't been doing this since the Carnegies. We ain't been doing this since the Walmarts. And we all out here trying to figure this out. And so instead of tearing them down, lift them up, praise them, thank God for them, and we'll get better. Now, I ain't saying let yourself get beat up on, but, I just want to say that. But all right, y'all. Well, that's all I wanted to share. I hope you guys appreciated this video. And again, if you're watching this on Facebook, please share it, tag some people. Sharing is caring, y'all. We got challenges in our community with having lack mentality. We don't share other people's stuff. We try to keep it to our stuff. I share people who help people write books all the time. I share their stuff on my timeline. I share their business to other people. God will continue to bless those who understand the kingdom is full of abundance. So please share this. And if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe, give me a thumbs up and all that good stuff. All right, y'all. Well, that's it. I'm going to holler at y'all later.